Love it. And grateful to be here. Thank you so much, Chris, for the invitation. And ultimately, ice cream is that dessert we all love.
Yes.
Right? And so many of the ice creams out there are just have so many other additives, but we want to simplify it. I mean, really for me, it's cream, it's eggs, some vanilla. We have some vanilla extract here, which is fine. Add a little bit of pinch of salt, and you may add a little small amount of sugar, cane sugar, honey, maple syrup, or maybe even a little allulose. Might be something that you want to use, but for us carnivores, we keep it simple. And the beauty of your waffle cones is a little bit of sweetness to it, and a lot of fat, the key to health and wellness here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, shall we get into it?
Let's get into it. Show us what you do.
All right. Well, listen, get some really good quality cream out there. I have some really great local pasture-raised eggs, mineral salt, and a little bit of vanilla. But I love the vanilla bean. That's one of the best things to do. And in general, you know, we have a whole gallon here. We're going to, half a gallon. We're going to do about a half of that. We're going to pour it right in there, and we're kind of guesstimating here today, which works pretty good. It's just, you know, by eye, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. The egg, I mean, the beautiful egg, and I use a whole egg. For many people, they want to just use that yolk. That's quite okay, right? A quarter of a gallon, I'm going to use about 4 of these farm fresh eggs. Cooking is cultural. We all grew up in the kitchen in some ways. And many people didn't.
Yeah.
But can everyone get in the kitchen and begin to sort of like experiment? And you're an experimenter, aren't you?
I definitely am. I feel like the last 6 inches of freedom is right here. And when you cook, you control the last 6 inches of freedom.
And if I make a mistake in this, what do we do from there on anything that you're cooking?
Yeah, right? you just figure it out as you go and have fun with it.
All right, we'll begin a little beating here, and we're kind of modifying this whole thing here today. Now, I do about a teaspoon per egg.
Okay.
All right, wait. I might need my brother to help me out here.
Need a little help there?
Yeah, it's got the seal on it there. Half my age and twice my strength.
There it is.
All right. Now, I always add this to the eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And some people like a little bit more vanilla.
Yeah.
Some people don't like vanilla at all.
It'd be a great way to customize it if you have a little bit of a preference one way or the other.
And it's all individuality here. And again, if you taste it, you don't like it, you want to add a little bit more vanilla, go at it.
Yeah.
And this is the spot where I add a little bit of maple syrup, or a little allulose, a little honey, or a little cane sugar. It's really quite simple here. And ice cream is like spectacular, especially in the summertime. And summertime's a coming for all of us, right?
Love it.
And then I just simply add it to the cream, get it whisked in there nice. It doesn't have to be perfect in all this, right?
Right.
But that cream, that smooth, and raw cream is even the best.
I bet so.
I highly recommend you get out there and find that beautiful raw cream. And we're going to get this going here.
Okay.
And we have a beautiful ice cream maker today. And oh, wait a minute, one other thing we did. Okay, see, they're giving me one other thing to do here. All right.
That's a primal approach.
That's the primal approach. You're seeing Kiltz's strength here. It's like the beauty. And a little pinch of salt is good. And let me give it another little bit of mix in this.
Yeah.
Some people might use a bullet blender. You can use a blender or a whisk if you want, but a fork. Most of us have a fork at our house, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And this takes about 30 minutes. It depends what you have.
All right.
And we're just going to pour that right in.
We go.
The very best to get our Kiltz's ice cream started, about 30 minutes, and it's going to do its thing. I think about 30 minutes. So
yeah.
You can use some milk if you like. I think cream is the very best.
Okay.
And it's always best consumed, enjoyed fresh.
Yeah.
And so that you can actually get this started at the beginning of your meal or at the end of the meal and sit and relax and listen to some beautiful music from Ash's beautiful energy and excitement.
Yes.
And while we're sharing some of your beautiful cooking tips.
Absolutely. I'm really excited about the ice cream. So while the ice cream is doing its thing, and while Dr. Kiltz is getting ready to impress us with the fantasticness of all of that fatty goodness, we're going to play around with some waffle cones and waffle bowls done carnivore style. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I played around with this, and this is especially good if you have kids, if you have family you're trying to convince to try these things. You're trying to get them off of the standard American diet ice cream. You can do it this way. Oh, well, I always have to have my ice cream in a cone or a waffle bowl. Great, we've got your answer. So you can have that tool of transition to get away from the stuff that's not so good back into a more proper way of eating and fueling your body. And this is also nice and fatty. It has a hint of allulose. It's optional, but it is really nice in there. It helps sweeten it just slightly, and it makes it a little bit crispy. So we're gonna mix that up. We've got a little waffle maker. It's actually a pizzelle press, but it's one of those thin waffle makers. We're gonna use that to cook it. So I'll put a link down below for you guys to this pizzelle press. It is very affordable, and it's a nice, doesn't take up very much room. It's a nice little thing to have in your kitchen if you wanna do stuff like this to help your kids, your grandkids, your family members try out a proper human diet.
And if you're doing this at home, obviously it's much more enjoyable for the whole family or individually.
Yes.
It's fantastic. And you're likely saving not only money, but your health and
Yes.
wellness in the process.
Absolutely. And one of the best ways to teach your kids and your grandkids to eat properly is to get them in the kitchen with you doing this stuff, because when they have a personal investment in that recipe, suddenly they start to value that thing, and we can start retraining younger generations to look at food properly instead of the way we were all taught.
I love it.
It's a beautiful thing. So let's get some ingredients together, and we're going to make carnivore waffle cones.
Love it.
All right, so this is the carnivore waffle cone, which is mostly just egg-based. The other ingredients are honestly pretty minimal. I don't like using a lot of specialty ingredients, but on the rare occasion you're gonna have a treat like this, if you wanna have a little in the pantry, it's kind of nice, but that way you're not relying on constant use of specialized ingredients. So we're gonna do a whole egg, and for the powders that I'm about to use, I'm gonna put all of the ingredients and the amounts of them on the recipe card on my website. I'll link that down below for you guys so you can go check that out. Make sure you're going over to Dr. Kiltz's channel, because you're gonna see all of the information about Kiltz's ice cream, plus a lot of other great info over there. And if you don't subscribe to him, you're totally missing out, and you need to. I'll link his channel down below as well. So I'm gonna do one egg here. We're just gonna make a single batch, and we can always make more if we find out we need to, right? And then this is a mixture. The allulose that I'm using for slight amount of sweetness, which is optional. So if you don't want to use that, you don't have to.
And I want to just add one thing, and Dr. Boz just went over this about allulose. It actually does not have the same effects as other substitutes and other sugars.
Yes.
So it tends to be a lot more healthy for us versus cane sugar or the other stevias and things like that.
Absolutely. And it also does a really great job for you in the kitchen because of the properties of how it cooks. It makes things like these waffle cones really nice. I have a little bit of butter powder, which is essentially just freeze-dried butter.
Wow.
And what they've done is they've taken the butter and the dairy solids and they've concentrated that down so you don't have the extra water that you have to get out. Because to get a waffle cone to be crispy, you have to get it dehydrated enough, and that extra water makes it puff and it makes it squishy, and it's just no fun. So this is a fantastic use instead of regular melted butter, because I tried it that way and it didn't work. You have to use the powder.
Okay.
So we're gonna do butter powder, and then I have some gelatin in here. Any unflavored gelatin will work. I have like a grass-fed beef gelatin. Gelatin is what's going to hold this together and make it crispy the same way the gluten and starch would of a traditional waffle cone.
Love it.
So we're gonna mix that all together. I'm just gonna beat the egg up. And then we're gonna add in the powdered ingredients. And something really important as you mix these in, you don't wanna mix your powder ingredients or dump them into the bowl without mixing them for too long, because that gelatin will start to clump. And then you have to fight against clumps, and that's no fun. So just don't dump your powder into the egg until you are actually ready to start mixing it to avoid those clumps. So we're gonna mix this until it's nice and smooth.
Don't be distracted. Keep focused.
That's right.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is a really cool thing to have your kids help with in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Start teaching them the technique of like, use a fork or use a whisk and mix this stuff up in a bowl, because the worst thing they're gonna do is not get all the clumps out, and you're gonna have to do it a little bit more yourself. It's not that big of a deal, but this is a really great way to make your kids feel empowered in the kitchen, like they get to be part of this, and you get to start teaching them how to cook for themselves. All right, so we're gonna get the clumps beaten out of that, and then I'm gonna add in just about a teaspoon of cream, and it's not very much, but it's just enough that what it's going to do is offer a little bit of liquid to help that gelatin continue to absorb. But because it's not pure water, it doesn't create the same amount of steam, and the soft dairy fat of liquid dairy will keep that cone a little nice flavor.
And one of the things I love to do actually is order create my ice cream and put it in a cup, and then take the cone and put it on top of the ice cream.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
And then I kind of scoop it out with the cone.
It's a great idea.
And eat it that way.
And if you have one of these pizzelle makers and maybe you don't have the little cone to roll it around, or you don't have a little bowl or something, you can just make them flat. stick it in the top, and just exactly like Dr. Kiltz said, and just makes it easy.
Yeah.
Makes it easy and fun.
It's a little chip.
Yeah.
Up your ice cream.
Absolutely.
Iced cream, which is
Love
so
it.
good and healthy for us.
Love it. Okay, so there is our mixture. Now this is going to be thin pancake batter texture is what we're looking for. If it's way thicker than this, or if it's a lot thinner than this, then double check your measurements. Something might be off. You'll have to play around with your pizzelle maker, and depending on what size cone or waffle bowl you want, but you're gonna go between 1/8 and 1/4 of a cup of this mixture onto the pizzelle maker.
So if it's too thin, could you add a little bit more of the powder in small amounts, or too thick, you can add a little bit more of the cream.
That's right. And you just adjust it a little bit one way or the other. So we're going to put this now over here, and we're going to do it in small amounts, something along the lines of about 1/4 of a cup or 1/8 of a cup, or in between somewhere. It just depends on the size you want to make. But all we do is pour our mixture right into the center. And this is really important. When you set this down, you don't want to press. Let the weight of the pizzelle maker take care of it, because it'll press it just flat enough that it's going to cook it, dehydrate it properly, but not so flat that you get dry, burnt, crispy edges. That'll take 4 to 5 minutes.
And for those that don't want to add the allulose, it's still a good cone maker.
Absolutely. Right? It does a fantastic job. The allulose is just there. It gives it a little bit of a sheen. It gives it that kind of brown, golden brown thing. There's a little afterness of the sweetness in there. But if you do it without that, it still tastes fantastic. Because of the butter powder and those kinds of things, it already has all the flavor you could really want it to have. It's beautiful. That allulose is just a little extra tweak, a little something special if you like including that. But if you don't, that's totally fine. It'll still work great. I also have a waffle bowl mold, and I have the cone roller. Both of these come with this pizzelle maker, so you have different options. Really cool. You can make it either way. Maybe we'll do one of each. See what we like. See what we prefer. So, and now we stand and wait. So this should be done. So we are going to carefully pull this off. This takes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and I have this set on kind of a medium heat. Now this is very soft right now, but as it cools, the gelatin is going to crisp up. So I'm going to put this in our waffle maker bowl shape over here. And it's nice and soft right now. It's very hot, so be careful. So there's number one, and we'll go ahead and make a second one. We'll try that one as a cone shape.
Well, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Taste.
Ooh.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
All right.
Shall I?
Let's do it.
Let's get this guy out of here, right? And beautiful. Oh my God! Doesn't this look amazing?
It's fantastic. It's nice and soft.
Let's scoop it out, Harrison.
scoop it
Let's
out.
enjoy it. Oh my God! Soft, homemade.
Look at that.
Beautiful, fresh. Lots of cream. Those beautiful eggs and a little bit of vanilla.
Looks fantastic.
So beautiful.
Chef's privilege right there.
Go at it.
It's such a beautiful texture. All the egg yolk in there, you can tell, really makes the ice cream nice and soft. Sweet.
Gorgeous. Amazing. All right. Shall we get a taste again?
That's right. That's
All
right.
Beautiful. Amazing.
It's pure luxurious.
It's so smooth. It's cool on the palate. It's has that feel. And this one doesn't have any sweetener in it.
And it really doesn't need it.
A touch of salt really is great.
The salt brings out the natural sweetness for sure.
Now, how are we gonna? Let's see. Just take a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just
take the crispy one here.
Yeah, get the little crispy one there. The allulose almost caramelizes, and you get that little bit of a crispy texture. It's fantastic.
And for some who don't tolerate cream or milk, you might try raw cream or milk
Yeah.
as another option, because I'm hearing that many people who don't tolerate milk products, if they go to raw, they do very well.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's
Beautiful.
fantastic. That is beautiful. That is amazing. What a great way to put together something fatty and dessert-like on a carnivore diet.
We love that dessert. And most
Yes.
important part is we're here to enjoy, and carnivores can
Yes.
enjoy a little bit of Kiltz's ice cream and Chris Cookin'
Nashville.
and enjoy a beautiful cone with your ice cream.
Absolutely. That's how you do these carnivore waffle cones, and they are amazing. And of course, you've got to go check out Dr. Kiltz's ice cream because this is fantastic. Thank you for showing me how to do it, because I'm going to be doing it regularly now for us. You guys, all of the links are down below, including Dr. Kiltz's channel in the description box. Please make sure to go subscribe, because not only does he have an amazing channel full of wonderful information, but he's a beautiful human being and one of our really good friends, and we appreciate and love him so, so much. So thank you, brother, for being on this video with me.
I love you, brother.
We appreciate it. We love you too. Thank
you.
you so, so much, guys. This is how you do something amazing with your carnivore diet. Go check out those links down below. We love every single one of you. You guys eat your meat, sometimes your ice cream with a waffle cone on a carnivore diet. Love your life. We'll see you in the kitchen or in places like this all around the world for a bunch more crazy recipes. And if you like waffle cones like this with Dr. Kiltz's ice cream, you've got to go check out this recipe right over here. Thank you, my man.
Rocked it.
That was
It
awesome.
was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The ice cream came out very well. It's cones. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Good. I love it.